All right, my last video I showed you how to solve 56 times 7 using the partial products way. Now I'm going to show you how to solve 56 times 7 using the US traditional way. So you're learning two strategies on how to multiply a two-digit number by a one-digit number. Okay, here's the US traditional way. The first thing you need to do, and you'll find this in your chart that I put on Seesaw. I took a picture of it, put it on your Seesaw. You'll see this step by step on how to do this. First thing you need to do is you need to multiply the ones. Okay, my 6 is in the ones, my 7 is in the ones. Okay, so you take your 6 times 7. All right, it's 42. So you put your 4, your first number up top. You put your bottom, the second number on the bottom. Okay, so 6 times 7 is 42. The first number goes up top, the second number goes on the bottom. What you don't want to do is take 6 times 7 and say, oh, that's 42, and write both 42 down here. You do not want to do that. Okay, if you do that, your number is going to be off. So you put your 4 up top above the 5. It's carrying over into the tens digit. Okay, now what you need to do is you need to take your tens digit by your ones digit. Okay, so first we took our ones digit by our ones digit. Now we're taking our tens digit by our ones digit. Okay, so we're going to take 5 times 7, which is 35, and then you got to add your what you carried over from your last problem. So we had 4 carried over. So 5 times 7 is 35, plus 4 is 39. So you get 392. If you notice, both the partial products way, the US traditional way, when we solved it, we both got the same answer. It's 392. Okay? It's just two different ways on how you can solve a two-digit number by a one-digit. Okay? So now you know two ways on how to solve those. The partial products way, which I did in the last video, and the US traditional way. And you'll see the step-by-step example of how to do it on your Seesaw. All right, today's assignment. Is on page 48. On page 48 it says, for problems 1 and 2, solve one problem by using the US traditional way. So you're going to solve one problem using the US traditional multiplication. And then it says solve the other problem using any strategy. Well, we've only learned one other strategy today, and that's the partial products. So you're going to solve one of these using US traditional, and you're going to solve the other one using the partial products way. Okay? Be sure to check that each answer makes sense. Okay, so let's do number 1 together. We're going to do the US traditional way, or we're going to do the partial products way, because I want you to practice US traditional. It says 23 times 6. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to draw my rectangle. Now I'm going to split my rectangle up. Okay, my 3 is over here, so I'm going to put my 3 here in my small little rectangle, and then I'm going to put 20 in my bigger one, because our 2 is in the tens digit, which would represent 20, and then I'm going to write 6 on the side. Okay, so 6 times 20, well, 6 times 2 is 12, add our 1 0. So 6 times 20 is 120. Okay, now we take 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18, so I write 18. Okay, now I got to add 120 plus 18. 120 plus 18. 0 plus 8 is 8. 2 plus 1 is 3. Carry down my 1, so 138. So 23 times 6 is 138. So I just solved that using the partial products way, where I drew my rectangle up and I split my 23, my big number, into the tens digit, which would be 20, and my ones digit, which would be 3, and times it by whatever number it is, which in this case it's 6. Okay, now you're going to solve number 2 using the US traditional way. If you need to, go to my Seesaw, look at the picture I took of the step-by-step. It has different numbers in it, but you can at least look at the steps. You want to take your ones digit by your ones digit, and then you want to take your tens digit by your ones digit. Okay, and don't forget to carry over. All right? Just like I showed you in the example just a couple minutes ago. All right, so work on page 148. That is graded, so do it on your own.